Hey, it's Nick. I'm at the shop. Today I've been listening to Dan Martell's Buy Back Your Time. I just met him this week on Thursday. Awesome meeting him. Great human being. I've been listening to that and Infinite Game by Sinek. And I was in the back and I kept running out here to write down some notes on the whiteboard quickly, and then I elaborated here, and I wanted to go over that. So Sinek, a big, the infinite game. What is our infinite vision? So this is what I was asking myself. And there was an example somewhere about someone in prison, in solitary confinement. Dan Martell, he was in solitary confinement. And I said, what is the opposite of solitary confinement? That's the worst place you can be put as a human being. The worst of the worst people, they put them in the box. They put them in solitary. Solitary, interconnected with other people. Confinement, freedom. Interconnected freedom is the opposite of solitary confinement. That's the highest. If solitary is the lowest place you can go as a human, the highest place you can be is interconnected freedom. I thought that was an interesting thought. So then I kept asking myself, what's our infinite vision? Well, build better homes, although we're not a home builder. So I'm going to elaborate on that in a minute. But build a business where everybody associated with it thrives. This is one of the companies that Sinek mentions, and I really like this, so I wrote it down. Build a business where everybody associated with it thrives. I believe it was, I don't know what the company example was. Yeah, so those are some. Okay, and then I had this thought, which I thought was interesting. Your contribution and responsibility in this world is not to go out and merely collect individual personalized experience, but to become a repository of the collected human experience and knowledge, and then to go out and interact with the world, expand that repository of knowledge, and to make new improvements and innovations. So Dan Martell, he says it in his book, he read 1,300 personal development business books, and now he's doing extremely well. Tony Robbins, in a period of 2 years, he read 700 books on the same thing: psychology, personal development, business, like communications. And when he was 18, and that propelled him, and from there is when he started giving putting on his events and teaching other people. So that's what I mean by become a repository of human experience and knowledge. There's so much knowledge out there, and I noticed this about people who run big organizations or CEOs. They've read, they don't have to be taught, and they don't learn it from their personal experience because that's way too slow. They read all the books, and they have this repository of knowledge and the past failures and experiences from all these other people. And then once you sort of fill up that repository, and then you start operating from that level instead of down here, what are your personal experiences? They're, minuscule fraction of all the experience that there are to be had. So that was an interesting idea. My read list that I mentioned in those two books: The Big Leap, The Checklist Manifesto, and Work the System. And then, okay, so back to our infinite vision. What I came back to was, or came up with later, to connect people with the homes they live in. Because we do, it's right behind you. This is what we do. We do nice accent walls. We'll do these fine carpentry details. So, how about this? Help me choose one of these. So Sinek calls it a just cause. Ford's just cause was to provide safe and efficient transportation for everyone, to open the highways to all mankind. So this is a vision or a cause that has no end. So there's no end to safety and efficiency, right? It's not like there's a step where you reach that, $1 billion company valuation. No, they had an infinite goal. So, Calgary Custom Concepts, infinite goal: to connect people with the homes they live in, or to increase interconnectedness between everyone and their home. What do you think about those? What do you think when you hear connected or interconnectedness with your home? I'm very interested to hear some feedback. And those are Saturday's learning lessons. Now I'm going to get on the bike and go home.